everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle. Happy Sunday ramble to all of you. Well, I should really say happy Sabbath. It is really, really early in the morning, you guys. It is about, what is it, 4:06 a.m. Guys, I know, but my daughter starts work at like 2:50 in the morning. I dropped her off at work, came home. I always go to sleep. I was tossing and turning. I could not get any sleep. And I thought, you know what? Just get up, start your day, get your face on, make your coffee, and, just try to get some extra work done. And later you can maybe take a nap. So here I am. I have to show you, this is one of my favorite coffee cups. And it's not even a coffee cup, you guys. It is a soup mug. But I love to drink my coffee out of it. My daughter loves using soup mugs for a cereal, soup, and all kinds of, she just loves that. But I always, I make my coffee in a soup mug. I have different kinds because I fill my cup, I drink, there's about 2 cups of coffee in here. I finish my coffee and that's it for my morning coffee, and I don't have any more. This is kind of like, I know it's my limit, I don't go over. Maybe in the evening sometimes. But anyway, so I'm going to start my day, even though I know that later I am going to be super tired, but it is Sunday, so I can take a nap. It's not that, it's not that important. But I have discovered this week some things about myself. And, excuse me. And they're not, how can I put, I've discovered that I have some weird obsessions. And these weird obsessions, I was like, I even looked it up because I was like, why do I have these, weird obsessions? And by that I mean like, some people will have weird, we all have some weird obsessions. Like some people have a certain way of putting on their shoes and socks, or they don't want their food touching on the plate. They have these weird, obsessions where they just can't, okay? Like they can't eat their peanut butter and jelly sandwich unless it's the crust is cut off, and, weird stuff like that. And I found out a few that I have this week. And I was looking it up and I'm like, well, why do we have these obsessions? Like that, where, like with me, for instance, I'm going to give you a for instance. I have a thing, and I'm going to show you because I did it just the other day. Okay, you see these little sugar packets, right? Oh my gosh, I cannot walk past these without taking them home. And I don't mean restaurants, you guys. I don't touch them at the restaurants. I'm not stealing. But, like when you go to a hotel, or you go to, like by my work, when we order out, and they'll have bagels and coffee sometimes, and then they leave it in the community room if anybody wants, take it. They don't want to throw stuff out, right? There's always tons of these left over whenever we order coffee. Nobody ever wants these except me, this crazy woman. I go nuts over these things. And I tell myself, I'm not going to get it. I have people. You guys, I have 25 pounds of sugar in my pantry. Why do I collect these things? I do not know. This is insane. So today, I'm at work, and I walk past, and again, there's coffee and bagels, and, take it home. Don't leave it there. And there's like a whole container, like a whole package of just these. People don't use these. They just throw them out. They got creamer. They got half and half. Why am I not taking that home? No, I want packets. But I'm walking past because I go, no, I'm not going to do it. Do you know that in the back of my mind, for the first half of my work day, I'm thinking there's packets in the community table. Somebody's going to take that. I better go get that right now. Like, that's all I kept thinking about. It's insane that I have this addiction, this obsession with these little packets. It's insane. But that's how I have. And this is what I mean. So I'm looking it up. Why am I having these obsessions? And it actually says it is very normal that all of us have something. We all have these little bit of crazy obsessions that we just can't, we have like a set of rules in our heads of how to do something that, and it's okay, it's all healthy. It only becomes unhealthy when it becomes such an obsession that we're turning into stalkers, we're turning to hurt others, or it becomes where we cannot basically how to put exist in you know, like someone like Rain Man. Remember Rain Man? You know, or like other where it becomes like an OCD issue where, you know, we can't cross the floor because it has checkers on it and it's not a solid color, you know. When it kind of rules our life, then we have a case, you know. Then we have a mental case. That's what. But otherwise, this is pretty normal, they said. And the reason why is because they claim that we have things in our life, especially things that we cannot control, like relationships and issues that we cannot handle, that are beyond our control. And we have these little obsessions, like I do with the paquette, because I can control that. I have that. I go and I pick it up and it's mine. I can control it. I don't know. It's weird, but that's what it said. So I was thinking about myself. What are my other obsessions? You know, this is what I do at work, you know. So I thought, and I'm talking to my girlfriend over lunch, and I said to her, you know, here I am with these, and she's laughing at me. I'm collecting freaking sugar packets like a crazy woman, like I have no sugar in the house or something. I have 25 pounds of sugar at home. Excuse me. Hold on, let me get a sip of coffee. And then I said to her, and then I should say, she says to me, look, she goes, I have other obsessions. And she goes, the plastic bags. And I'm like, people know about this. Plastic bag, guys. Look. Nice little Wendy's bag, right? I could be sitting at lunch with her or anybody else. And I will see, you know, we're just people use the cafeteria for lunch, right? Plastic bag across the room in the cafeteria. I'll be staring at that bag. Like, I gotta get that bag. That bag will be for my homeless mats. I can get at least 4 strips of it. This is insane, people. And I will be staring at that bag. I will go pick it up. I will see a bag flying around outside, a plastic bag. I need to go pick it up because I need it for my homeless mats. Who does that? That's insane, you guys. But this is what I do. So now when, like, this is her Wendy's, she goes out to eat all the time, get her salads. She just immediately hands it over to me. She goes, because you're like staring at it. This is insane. And then other things I've noticed about myself. For instance, I have other issues. My kitchen floor. We do not wear shoes in the house. I don't wear shoes in the house at all. In the summer, I am barefoot. And in the winter time, I take my shoes off. I'm wearing socks. I cannot stand there being a crumb on the floor. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to step on it. I will take that broom and I will sweep that floor 100 times a day because I cannot stand walking on some crumb. And my daughter I'm just drive her crazy with that because she's like, you and your sensitive feet. You know, there's nothing on this floor. But I can't have this thing about crumbs. And I will be sweeping. And sometimes she's right. I'm sweeping and I don't see it. I mean, what am I sweeping? But I don't want to feel anything on the bottom of my feet. That is another thing I go crazy over. And then I have a thing for scraps. And by scraps, I mean yarn scraps. If you were to give me, this is sad to sit here. I'm making a list. And I'm thinking to myself, boy, I'm just crazy. If you were to give me 2 bags full of unknown yarn, and you could say, in bag number 1, it's all brand new skeins of yarn. Untouched, beautiful. And in this bag, it's all scraps. And you don't have no idea what's in there. It could be old. It could be from 30 years ago. I will choose that bag. I love scraps. There is nothing more than I love the thrill of I mean, people sometimes have this thing about, well, I don't want to give you, I have scraps, I have bits and pieces of yarn, or I have stuff that I've never finished and I only started it, and they feel really bad about, I don't want to donate that. That's like useless. And let me tell you, I love that. To me, it's like a treasure. And I will choose that over any. I love that. In the last two donations we got, they were like that. I love that. I like looking at, especially if get a bag of scraps of yarn, where, someone, let's say they passed on and they donated their yarn to me, and they had unfinished projects in there. I love to see what they did. I love to try to finish their projects for them. So I have that I consider that an obsession with scraps. In fact, I have nice skeins of yarn right now that I'm not even touching right now. I'm going through and working on all my scraps the first. I just love it. I love doing that. I love it. And I have one more that I'm going to share with you guys, because this is why you watch me. I have a thing, and I think this is ever since I've been a mom. I have a thing where I cannot eat a last piece of anything. If there's a last piece of apple or a last slice of pie or something, I will not touch it. I will always leave it. I always have in my mind that, one of my children may want to, and I may want to have a piece, and I want to leave it for them. And I've always been like that. Even now, they're grown, for heaven's sakes. And when my daughter will make she just made apple pie the other day, and there's a last piece in the fridge, I won't touch it. And I won't touch it. I won't even want to, because I'll think, I want to leave that for Emily, in case Emily wants it. I've always been like that ever since I became a mom. For some reason, I cannot eat the last piece of anything until they tell me, you know what, Mom, I don't want it. You go ahead and have it. And otherwise, I just can't. So that obsession I kind of like, because that's not a bad obsession at all. That's just, I think that's just a mom in me. But I was just thinking that I would share these silly little things with you today, because I think we all have some little obsessions. Of course, my friend at lunch, when we were having this discussion, this is what we do at work. And of course, she could think of one obsession that she had, like a weird obsession. And I said, I think we all have something like that, where, my daughter doesn't like buffets. She doesn't like foods that are like potlucks and things like that, where a lot of people touch, she likes individually servings, like in a restaurant. That's how she has a thing about buffets. She just goes crazy over buffets. She will not touch a buffet. It's just, everybody has these weird little things, and little rituals. And my mom would get up for work at 3:30 in the morning, you guys. She started at 7, and this was her time, and she could not get up any later than that. This was her, and to this day, she's retired. She's still doing it. And it's just like something that she does. This is how you start your day. You get used to it. These little weird obsessions of ours. But I would definitely love to know your weird obsession. And tell me, is there anybody out there that has my weird, obsessions? Do you collect little packets? And do you know what? I saw my son grabbing some packets too. I think he inherited my disease. This poor boy. Anyway, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful Sabbath. It is chilly out there today. The temperatures are dropping, but you know what? That's what, seasons come and go, and we need the season, just like we have seasons in our life that come and go. And so I am welcoming this season, even though it's getting chilly. My bones are hurting, and my joints are hurting. My arthritis is acting up, but you know what? I'm going to enjoy this new season We're going to have soup. It's going to taste delicious. You guys spend some time with your family. Sit down at the table and have some nice warm soup and just, talk about your crazy, weird obsessions with one another. Anyway, please let me know if you have any of mine. That would be awesome. And let me know about some of yours. And otherwise, have a wonderful Sunday, you guys. Bye bye.